What's going on, every motherfucking body? This is Eric Lloyd in the goddamn building. Now, listen, viewers' discretion is advised. I tend to cuss a lot. Okay. With that being said, get your raggedy ass kids about the damn place because it's finna go down in this motherfucker. Understand what we finna cover is a hot topic. I did a show on the rise of masculine women upon modern women. Okay. Today. And well, I did the show and it caused some controversy. Okay, my black ass is gonna take it to my family who's
I can't hear none.
What's going on, every motherfucking body? Let me just say this show has started off to be a damn disaster. Okay. Number one, viewers' discretion is advised. Okay, I cuss like there's no tomorrow. Okay, so with that being said, get your regular ass kids about the damn room because it's finna go down in this motherfucker. I'm already fucking up the damn intro as it is, so we're gonna move forward. My name is Eric motherfucking Lloyd. We are doing such a wonderful show here today. If you tuned in a few weeks ago, you would have noticed that we did a video on the rise of masculine women, masculinity in modern day women. That created some controversy within my family, where my black ass decided it was sweet, went ahead and posted it into a group chat that is predominantly black Chicago ass women. And if you know anything about niggas from Chicago, everybody's fucking crazy. So my motherfucking ass is gonna go in there, post the video. Somebody gonna say something. I try to clap back at their ass and fuck around and say, "Well, I think women should stay their ass in the kitchen." Okay, and when I said that, all hell broke loose. Okay, hey, I was not ready for the backlash and to motherfucking day. Okay, first and foremost, let me get my panelists in the building here today. I got my nigga Ocho. Ocho, can you hear me?
Hi, you know what the fuck going on?
How you doing, man?
I can't complain, my bro. I was about to go to sleep till you got there said this shit. I ain't gonna lie. I'm like,
I ain't gonna lie to you. All the niggas that I called on canceled.
Oh, they canceled. Fuck them. They gay.
Oh, them niggas gonna look at this video and feel some type of way, and I'm glad. Okay, fuck niggas, you had your opportunity to shine, and you done missed the damn boat.
Right.
Now this nigga here finna take a shot.
Y'all better stop playing with my
Wait a minute, do my niggas too. So I'm not finna.
Been ready
I'm not
to
finna
use
do that shit.
On my mama, nigga.
Hell no. We're gonna introduce Tyler and motherfucker Jay's in the building. What's popping? How y'all doing?
Yo, good, bro. How y'all doing, man?
Going on?
We living. Thank you guys for coming to the show. These people are a couple, okay? A beautiful black couple, okay? I see y'all. Y'all shot in the profile. They going all over the world. Las Vegas, goddamn, flying all over the place. I love it. Black excellence, baby, okay? And we, last but not least, I saved the best for last. Goddamn it. This is my main cousin, Ari. How you doing?
Yo.
Now, hold up. Let me make sure. I think I'm having some sound issues.
Oh, no. I'm still muted. That was
me. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So, first and foremost, I'm going to take y'all two off, and it's just going to be me and Art because we got to handle some family business real quick. Number one, I fucked up, okay? And I didn't clarify what I really meant. So, we're going to go into my question is, what happened? And before we go there, I'm gonna just explain. I posted my video as far as the rise of masculinity in modern day women. I posted that video, and I believe R felt like I don't really like this misogynistic undertone ass propaganda, more or less. And I'm like, well, hold on, goddammit, you didn't even give the video a chance. In fact, I'm one of them niggas that think women should stay their ass in the kitchen. And at that point, everybody popped off. Cousin Leah is like, well, nigga, I don't know who the fuck you think you are to tell you women what place they should be in. I mean, it was just niggas start calling each other out pussy, bitch ass niggas, soft ass, hoe ass nigga. Then we start talking about each other's upbringing. Oh, you raised by women, nigga. So is you. It got to a level that I wasn't trying to get it there. But you know, my black ass being emotional, I trying to feed the frame, and instead of leaving while I had the chance. All right, what the hell went wrong?
Child, what went wrong was you saying women belonged in the kitchen. That's what set it off. Cause I told you in the group chat, if you would have said that to me in person, I would have popped you in your motherfucking mouth. Cause that was crazy.
Shit.
That was
Yes.
nuts.
Okay.
But
All right.
But yeah, that's what went wrong. Like, it wasn't your point of the whole show. It was you saying that. Like, I get you wanting to discuss like women being more masculine, but you talking about women belong in the kitchen, and you could have kept that.
Okay. So I'm gonna explain what I meant by that. So in my specific situation, I prefer my woman to be in my household. Now the kitchen, I seen a post. She just sent me this before the show, and it was of this soccer player that got a red flag. I don't understand soccer. I can't explain that shit. But the referee gave this person a red flag, and the guy said in return, you need to stay your ass in the kitchen. And then she proceeded to give him 5 games. And my baby mom is asking me, so what you think about that? Since you've openly said women should stay their ass in the kitchen. I I thought on a level of, well, number one, I don't see why a woman is incapable of being a referee. I don't think gender makes that determination on whether or not you're a good referee or not. Number one. Number two, we all understand that. So that means that he was throwing that to be vicious and insulting, which means that his ass is in the wrong. I had to then immediately reflect on what happened in that group chat. Whereas I was trying to clap back, and I understand, hey, I feel like women should have equal rights across the board, right? I just feel as a man, if I'm doing my part, don't challenge my masculinity by trying to be more manlier than me. Don't try to take my role as far as being a man. If I'm going to be out here working 60 hours a week, I would at least want you to do your part at that crib and make sure it's handled, especially if you're at home for most of this time. So that's really was what I meant to say, but the way it came out, and even Jasmine, our cousin, was like, it's not about what you said, it's how you said it. And I'm very terrible for that. Family members that are super close to me, when I say certain things, I mean it in a good place, but it comes out negative. And then when a nigga get defensive, as an angry black man, because I'm considered that, I go off on my goddamn bosses regularly. I'm surprised my black ass ain't unemployed. I go off and I look crazy because I'm only trying to defend myself, but it only puts me in a deeper hole. So just one last thing before we move forward. 48 Laws of Power. I listened to that, and it said silence is power. Not reacting is powerful. So in my case, I think I'm gonna clap back at a nigga to make sure you think I ain't no hoe or nothing like that. It would have been more better and served me better justice if I had shut the fuck up and let them watch the video.
Mm-hmm.
You got any thoughts about that?
I feel like, yes, I agree with that point, but it was more so, like Jasmine said, how you said it. Like, I agree to your point. If you feel like in your household that's what you prefer, that's just what you prefer. But you generalized the statement, so it just felt like a stereotype, like you were trying to be disrespectful more than just stating what you prefer and what you want for your life.
Got you. And to go furthermore, we're gonna get the other panelists in so we can keep the show going on. But I definitely have to address this. If some of you guys that know me, my favorite fucking cuss word outside of the F word is the B word. I use B word, bitch ass nigga, with my niggas, and I use with this bitch. I'll never be like bitch. I never to a woman's face, but more or less, I generalize women as bitches and hoes, and generalize niggas as niggas and bastards. Okay, that's just my. That's
said,
my terminology.
I done dated a black bitch before. That was. I'm sitting at my desk like, what you just?
I'm thinking I'm serving my black ass justice. I didn't hire this big football ape looking bitch, and I gave her some money. What the hell? And I hate black women. Oh, now that's crazy. I'm like, long story short, family, I love every last one of you guys. I'm sorry if it came off that way, and goddamn it, just check my ass, call me, and goddamn it, I'm less. Multiple niggas coming at me, I'm firing off shots, and it, regardless of what the shots are made of, I'll apologize. Number one. Okay. So no hard feelings. It's all love. At the end of the day, I see you niggas. If you want smoke, goddamn it, we can have it, goddamn it. It don't matter, nigga. All right. But at the end of the day, it's all love.
Just put your gun away.
No, I ain't shooting no family now.
I know,
nah,
but
goddamn.
You know you love that. You love that little piece.
I do, and I ain't showing it on camera because I ain't one of. If I do shoot a nigga, I don't need the police being like, "See, this guy is here with his gun." They quick to do that shit. Yeah, they quick to lock a nigga up. Let's go ahead and get all the panelists in the building, and we're gonna go ahead and move forward. Number one, thank y'all all for being here. We're gonna go into the questions, starting with number one. What do you think is the disconnect when it comes to the tension between men and women today? Why is there tension? What is the cause, in your personal opinion, of what is creating tension between black men and black women? I'm gonna start with Ari.
Bills.
I would say just lack of consideration, and then more so pride, if anything.
Like a consideration of what you do.
Yes, and then pride. Okay. So a lot of people, like, I don't know, like lack of consideration, meaning like people, I'm not gonna say just men because it'd be women too. People move how they want to move without the thought of their significant other or just a friend or whatever, or just somebody of the opposite sex that you are cool with, or you know what I'm saying? Like they move without thinking about them. They do their actions for themselves instead of thinking about how those actions can cause harm to other people. And then I say it's pride because people don't like to be accountable. And that's for men and women. People don't like to be accountable. They don't like to be held accountable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I can say that as a man because I experienced that with my partner on a regular basis. When it comes down to, hey, I fucked up. Instead of her saying that, well, you did this last week. You fucked up on it. See, it's lack of accountability. And it'd be much easier if we're like, all right, babe, you know what? I fucked up. I'm gonna try to do better. You know what, nigga? We tend to put the blame on other people, and it ain't just women. It's both men and women. Because there's a lot of ain't shit women. I'm trying to watch my verbiage. There's a lot of ain't shit bitches, and there ain't a lot of ain't shit niggas, and that's what makes it fucked up for everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and call on Ocho. What do you think about the question? If you need me to repeat it, I surely will.
Shit, I think it's bills, bro. That shit high as fuck out here, man. Niggas be that shit make everything tense. Like, man, niggas would be way better off, like, if they could actually maintain their own space without having to try to go half seas with the vibe skis. So it's just like, that shit would cause a little tension because now she feel like, I don't know, bro. That shit just be hell. And then miscommunication too, like vibes be taking shit like a certain type of way, like if a nigga be loud or use a certain tone or some shit. Or really, we might just be passionate, you know, about what we saying or something like that, but they think we being aggressive or some shit like that. Like women want a nigga to be soft type shit, but it like, you know what I'm saying? That's not realistic for a man for real, because it's like the world really got down the exact opposite to it. So it's like,
yeah, it's ruthless to men, for sure.
So the understanding too, you got to understand too, like, it got to be a level of understanding. And most people like tap out being impatient. It's like they don't feel like going through what it takes to understand the next person. And that causes tension because now if somebody feel like they ain't getting hurt or some shit like that.
And that tends to happen. A lot of times niggas will go against the other person, not necessarily out of competition, but because they feel prideful and they're not necessarily heard. A lot of the times it's a lack of communication that ends up being the disconnect between the parties. I'm gonna go ahead and move to Tyler and James. And since you guys are a couple, I do want to hear from both of you and your specific opinion about this question.
I feel like the major thing is the lack of basically respect for each gender, and the fact that the world is like constantly changing, and it's just the genders keeping up with how it's changing and how we're adapting to those changes.
I just feel like it's a lot of ego that's always involved in a lot of things, and then that can kind of cause a lot of tension when you got egos involved. Somebody always got to be right, And sometimes it don't got to be that. Like you can just always, you know, you can agree to disagree, but just gotta find like a common balance for real. And then just really just like how society displays like everybody's roles now. Like roles is a
I feel like it shouldn't be roles though.
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what society's placing. It shouldn't be roles. I mean, at the end of the day, being a man, you still want at the top. I mean, that's just your like your natural thing. It's being an alpha. So I understand right there. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just
So when y'all mention roles, right? And that's more or less where my thing, well, woman need to stay her ass in the kitchen. It's solely off the idea and the mindset that, hey, well, one, as a nigga, I gotta play my role. One, which y'all should know about me, is that I'm an only child. I got brothers and shit on my dad's side, but my dad really wasn't in my life. My mom, single woman coming up, she never was married, so I never had a father
Shout out
figure
mom.
in the
Shout out
actual
my
house.
dude.
Yeah, hey, right. But my mom couldn't teach me how to become a man. So there's certain ideologies and certain things that maybe I could get mixed up because of the understanding of what a man should be. My mom taught me off rip, hey, your job growing up is to make sure you provide, make sure you get the bills, make sure you handle all of this. When it came down to actually, as one of my cousins that said playing house, when it came down to getting the baby involved and actually trying to develop this family on the whim, Tyler, you're very familiar with my story. It created more or less. I almost forgot what the fuck I said, but creating this family on the whim. My mom already was like, "Yo, nigga, honestly, I don't think she should pay a single fucking bill. In fact, I don't think she should be working." And in
But
my
you
mind,
know,
I'm like, "Oh
somebody
fuck."
plays these roles on your relationship and your ideology, but that person isn't even following those roles that they're creating and spitting out to you.
Right.
So
Well, my thing is that society, in my mind, forces you to be a certain way. So if I'm not paying a majority and I'm not working majority of the time and not bringing my part to the table, society will look like and me a certain way. My ass was jobless at a certain point because I'm trying to, get a job that makes the most money, got sick of my fucking job, left they shit, and ended up joining a company that I found out I wasn't even happy in and end up leaving them. And because thank God I had some money saved up where I could afford to be out of work for a few months, still looking for a job actively every day. Joe Biden motherfucking ass is in office talking about, oh, there's millions of jobs, but my black ass couldn't find a goddamn job and had to take my ass back to work at the damn place. So with that being said, it's my role as a man to take care of my family and what is expected of me. My mom's opinion means everything to me. That's my end all be all. So if she's like, hey, you need to be in this specific position in your life at this specific time and be about your business, that is my role. And if that is my role and I'm expected to play that role, when I do bust my ass at work and come home and I'm tired and exhausted, the least thing I would ask for in my partner is to make sure, be my peace and make sure I'm taken care of at home. If there's a cooked meal, if there's something in reference to me just relaxing and taking off from the energy that I spent at work. And I'll be honest, most niggas ain't working 12-hour shifts a day. No, every 5 days a week. Most niggas ain't doing that.
Niggas be dead.
I feel like for men, I feel like men in working class, always say a woman belongs in the kitchen. This is what a woman should be doing, but they're working class. Their women are also working. I feel like if that's how you genuinely believe and feel, okay, I need to be a provider, my woman belongs in the kitchen, then I should be in the kitchen all day. We should not both be working. There's no. The men in working class don't even stick to their own ideology that they're saying. They're saying, oh, yeah, you belong in the kitchen all day. You need to take care of my kids all day. You need to be cleaning the house all day. Oh, but I don't have enough money to pay the bills by myself. So also you need to fit in a job to help me pay the bills somewhere, somehow. You need to hold yourself accountable too. If that's the ideal world that you really, really want to see, and men are the main ones making these laws, deciding how much is paid, y'all need to do something about it. Keep me in the kitchen then. I shouldn't have to work. You should be making over $200K a year. So I don't want to hear that if you're making less than $200K.
Let's indulge into that, right? What'd you just say? Hold up. What'd you just say? Say that again. Because you said something about numbers, and that should tickle my ears real quick. Say it one more time. What'd you say?
You need to be making more than 200K. If you want me to sit in the kitchen all day, I shouldn't have to worry about bills. I shouldn't have to worry
nobody
about
even said all that though, for real. We niggas just want a cooked meal for real. Like,
that's all we have. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
You're tired. I'm tired. What?
You can work your little part time, but really a nigga just wants you to prioritize the house, goddamn. Because a nigga really gonna if a nigga want that out of you, he gonna prioritize work. He not prioritizing being at the house though. So it's just like that's just communication for real. Until he reaches the point where he can ultimately take care of every bill and you can be at the house, you know.
But 200,000 is crazy. That sounds great. Because
no.
How many of us?
We on the way to that. We on the way to it. So it's not crazy what she's saying. It's just like, can you be what a nigga need to be able to work him up to those stages and steps in life?
But can you also pitch in? That's also the thing. So if I'm pitching in, you need to pitch in on that other back end. So you want me to be in the kitchen, cook you a cooked meal. Okay, you need to put the kids in the bed. You need to put them in the bath. Like, do something while I'm putting up the food.
We work together. It's a team thing.
Yes, but a lot of men don't be thinking it's teamwork. They think I'm making the money. You need to do the rest, and that's it. That's the point. And that's the
point is to be a family. You know, we're taking care of a family. We're supposed to be partners. Not, you know, this isn't another job. You know, living life isn't another job. You know, prioritize the house. That's not a job. You know, that's us living life.
I mean, because I was about to just say, like, even like when Ty had quit her job, Shorty had the option. I straight out told her, like, yo, if you don't want to work, you don't have to work. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, she took it upon herself to work because she was like, yo, I'm not going to just have you out here just doing all this shit by yourself. So that's just like goes back to like, I mean, at first I'm just like, nah, you know what I'm saying? If you want to stay home, you stay home. You know what I'm saying? Because growing up, I seen that's what my dad did to my mom. Like, yo, you going to stay home. So I was like, that's what I wanted. But at the same time, it's just like for herself, if she got like shit she want to do in her life, I'm not gonna let like my shit stop her. You know what I'm saying? Like, Shorty still want to get shit because she's a boss, so she wants to be a top dog too, and I respect that shit. That's why I'm like, all right, fuck with that, because I'm a boss. I want the same shit. So it's like, in a way, I feel like I need somebody on my level like that to kind of help me manage shit out. Like, I can handle shit, but she's still like, I don't know. It's just like this is my partner, like my true partner. So I don't know. I guess it's different for everybody else.
I think that we more or less need. So I'm gonna address your situation, what you said as far as Tyler. Because one, I feel like you was talking about my motherfucking black ass. Okay, one, Charlotte does work, and I told her off the top, nigga, you can't be a housewife. Because and that's the difference that I want to make sure I didn't say in the group chat. I don't want women to be a housewife, and I guess more or less saying stay your ass in the kitchen is insinuating that. That's not what I meant. I don't want a housewife. I don't want your ass at home all day. You not doing nothing. I want you to be able to make your own money because I can't be giving you money all the goddamn time, and I'm broke from bills. Okay, I done said this before. I'm broke. Okay, I need help. Help me, please, Jesus. Okay, that's why she works.
Yeah, that, bro. Like, oh my God.
I'm just saying, I look broke, right? I need to get this shit cleaned up. Okay.
Do y'all see the cost of living, bro? Do y'all see what niggas gotta do to make it out here? Like, bro, niggas out here doing all type of shit for real. Like,
unless you are making that $200,000 a year, you can't afford a housewife. So, and a nigga in my position, I guess that isn't appropriate. As I'm reflecting on this shit, is making more sense. Who the fuck do I think I am to determine whether or not a bitch should stay in the kitchen or not when I can't afford the hoe? That's what I'm figuring out.
The point is, though, that you are reflecting. You are seeing where you went wrong, and you are like, okay, I went wrong. Let me change my mindset. People don't be doing that. That's the thing. You are accepting that you were wrong, and I'm going to change that. I'm not going to say niggas don't be doing that, but people, even women, they don't be changing. They be like, oh, I'm wrong, so I'm going to stay wrong.
My mom said off the top, nigga, don't be a Scott and Ernie. And you, I'm like, a Scott and Ernie? God damn. Well, I probably should have shared that in the video. Hold up. My bad. But anyway, that's some family in your windows. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next question. How do social expectations and stereotypes impact the dynamic between a modern black woman and a modern black man? So how does social expectations, what we're talking about, the roles and stereotypes, affect our relationship between each other?
I just think there's a lot of labels.
Labels
as in
Labels as in, like, I feel like black women, like, especially get a lot more labels. Like, anytime they speak, then it's like, oh, like, she's outraged. Anytime they're quiet, it's like, oh, she's not very smart. She doesn't know anything, you know? And I feel like there's a lot of labels on men, too. It's like, oh, yeah, he doesn't smoke. Oh, he's pussy. Oh, you know, he's not working. He's lame as fuck. Like, I feel like there's just a lot of labels that really contribute, you know. Boom, you lose your job. Oh, you're a lame. You don't work. You're not working. You know?
Right.
It's just
so in a situation, because from my standpoint, I'm very confused as to why women. I thought about asking that question before this show came up. Well, why is telling a woman that she should stay in the kitchen offensive when, according to society, when first mankind first came up, men were known to go out, hunt, get the food, handle the work, bring that shit back home, and obviously cook it up. The mother will make sure the kids is taken care of, everything is set up, ready to cook, and they would even then go and proceed to cook for the family while the men are doing whatever else they might do. So understanding that that's how society was growing up, why today is it offensive for that? And I guess it goes to your point, Tyler, the labels. So if you're labeled something, women, black women, all my homie said when explaining his part to me of why my family had the specific reaction, because genuinely I'm confused. Like, I wasn't, what the hell? What's all of this for? And he was like, well, you got to take in consideration, bro. Everybody is coming, aiming, taking the black man away from the black woman. You got one, either the police is trying to kill our motherfucking asses, if you got white bitches crawling out of the wazoo taking our asses, you got motherfucking society turning us against each other. So more or less, it's a war on keeping black men. So and I say, well, what don't make sense is, okay, if you fight, if we're at war and you're at war with keeping us, why the fuck do y'all fight with us so viciously? Why do y'all feel that? Why do women, even though some women will say, oh, I don't need a man, why do they feel, I don't know how to answer.
I can answer your question. It's more so because black women don't feel appreciated as a whole. I'm more so speaking about myself, but I can know, like, I know the black women in my life, they don't feel appreciated. So that's why it'd be a problem. Like, y'all are expecting us to do all of this, and then we do it, but then it's an expectation. So you're not being grateful for it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't
it's
have
supposed
to
to
do
happen
this for you.
right.
I don't have to be the one that's sticking up for you. I don't have to be the one that's protecting you. I don't have to be the one that's cooking for you, raising you, nurturing you. I don't have to, but I am. This is what you expect. Huh?
Yes, you do if you with me.
I don't have to, but you're expecting it and you're not grateful at the same time. That's what I'm saying. If you can show gratitude for something that you think I'm supposed to do, it feels like.
But
go ahead, Tyler.
But you don't feel like the gratitude is like reciprocated in whatever like the male role is.
But it don't be reciprocated. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. It don't be reciprocated.
If you go into a store and the cashier does their job, like hands you your change, you say thank you. It's their job, but you're still grateful they did it. I mean, you sit down and go to a restaurant, you tip. That was their job anyways, but you tip because you're appreciative for a service.
So why you can't say thank you and be appreciative when I'm doing what you expect out of me? Just like when you open the door for me, I say thank you. When you take out the trash, I say thank you. When you pay for my dinner, I say thank you. But when I do the things for you, it don't be reciprocated. The energy is never reciprocated. And it feels like a lot of the time women are doing, and then to answer your question again, Eric, women be feeling some type of way because we also, like you had asked this question, I can't remember what question it was, but it's because we're also doing the roles of men and women. A lot of, especially black women, we're doing the role of the man and the woman. Your mom was doing the role of the man and the woman. That's why you have the mindset that you do. And that's the problem. A lot of men aren't taking care of their responsibilities. And then it's expected for the woman to take care of that responsibility.
And I agree with you because I made that point in the last video that we did. It all boils down to one, who you choose as your partner. If you continue to choose these ain't shit niggas, see what happened was in the situation, as I explained back in the day, this woman power movement started after World War II. Once all the men got drafted to war, the women were forced to work those jobs that the men weren't at. And after a while, surviving and taking care of the family and being successful in that because they had no fucking choice, they're like, well, hey, wait a minute. I don't know why these niggas so high and mighty, because we can do just as good as them. And that's when the woman empowerment happened, which I am all for. But when it comes down to the situation, a lot of black women get with a lot of ain't shit black men. I'm sorry to say, but I'm telling you, as a black man, I am looked at as if I'm not going to be in my child's life, as if I'm not going to be shit or want more from myself. And that's because of the fucking situations that these men have done in the past. My father is one of them niggas who would live off of a female and marry female to female and keep it moving without actually taking care of his business. Every time he's been in the house, it's been in some other woman's house who've already had her foundation set up. And the only woman that I've heard who moved into his actual house was my mama. And according to her, she's the nigga who got all the bills put in her name that she was paying for. So the
like
problem is,
bro. Hey man, leave my nigga. It sounds like he ain't never at all.
The nigga wasn't in my life, nor was he in either of his kids' life.
The nigga was a Rolling Stone.
He had a hard life, bro. He had to make that shit work.
He didn't have
everywhere
a heart.
he laid his hat was
yes,
his
he
home.
did, bro. He sounded like he just was a felon, bro. Everything you described is just everything a felon would have to go through to make their life like a living.
But you got to take in consideration, this is the damage that I've experienced to myself. My dad was in the same fucking city as I was, and this is what my understanding of what a man should be is my father. So I already knew off the top, hey, this ain't right. So my mom overcompensating, doing a lot, being, rough and tough, trying to raise me in order to survive in this fucking world. Like you said, this world is rough and tough for us. This world would eat us up and spit us out. So having a woman prepare a young man for that is, and to be honest, there's something about black women that I've always valued and respected. My grandmother, my mother, it's strength. Black women, out of any other race I've ever seen, has strength unlike no other. After everything that they get put through, women in general, they still find a way to keep fucking fighting. The ferocity on women is out of this world. But you also have to take consideration. My only problem when it comes down to women is that you shouldn't have the smoke with me as a man and men in general. Take that smoke with the nigga that ain't shit that you continue to go back to because the dick is good. Continue to deal with his toxic shit, which is true. Y'all niggas know what it is. The dick is good. Y'all hoes will keep fucking with us until we ride y'all till the wheels fall off. Am I wrong? Am I lying? Who in here? I know we all done dealt with a toxic bitch and a toxic nigga. And some good poontang and some good D-Wayne is gonna goddamn keep your ass around. Okay?
You need that though, but you need that though. Sometimes people just get attached to that over like what they need as far as like, mentally and spiritually though.
Wait, what are you saying? What do they need?
A freak.
Instead of doing what? Instead of what?
I don't know what you are asking.
Repeat what you said. That's what I'm asking.
So I was just saying, like, sometimes people get attached to their physical chemistry over mental and spiritual, and that's where the disconnect comes in.
Okay.
we're having such a wonderful conversation. We're going to move to the next question. In what ways are historical experiences and cultural influences shape the relationship between Black women and men today? So I'm going to dumb this down. As far as our race and society, how has that shaped how we treat each other? So I'm gonna go ahead and start with Ocho. How do you think, because we're Black, because society treats us like we're Black, how do you think the war on Black people affects our relationship with each other?
I feel like it could either be one or two ways for real. Like either that shit make you be either like if you feel like like you got a partner who you low key a competition with, like not even saying like I don't know like financial shit, but just like as far as like maybe decision making goes, like whereas I might go back and forth about some shit. It's just like what I'm saying some people make life harder for you as individuals, and that be the person that you like be harder on versus the opposite end where somebody makes life easier for you and it's like you want to be their piece as much as they're yours. Because it's like you really don't have that shit much too much in the world like that unless you able to create that. It is a power in itself.
Got you. I'm gonna go ahead and move to Tyler and James. What do y'all think, as far as society wise, can cause tension between us two?
I feel like what you were saying on the last subject was you were talking about Black women's strength, Black men are also strong too. And I feel like it's just because historically how our, how we have been treated, I think it's forcing like Black people as a whole just to be the men and the women a lot stronger, a lot, harder, a lot rougher, just trying to really find our accurate place in society. We're talking about these roles and everything, and I think it's just us trying to navigate what our roles are in this society as being somewhat respected, and during this whole war on Black men in general. You got anything?
I just feel like really like communicating for real, and like being as a man being able to like communicate like how you feeling and stuff like that of that nature. I feel like a big thing that Black men don't really talk about is like how they really feel. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'll be the first. Like when I'm feeling some type of way, I'll be straight poker face. Like you won't not showing no type of emotion. Like we're not talking. So I feel like that can cause like problems right
But
there.
I feel like society has kind of like forced that on men too, though. Like
I mean, bro, you want to be on no soft ass shit? Like I mean, like you can't. As a man, can't sit there and boo-hoo.
But like that's what.
But you can. That's the thing.
You have to put on yourself.
I mean,
you
it's
can't
like
sit there and boo-hoo. You can't. We're not saying dwell on it, but you gotta release those emotions, or you're going to be angry. Them emotions, you have to release these hurt emotions, or it will be taken out in other ways. Like it's okay to cry, it's okay to feel, but feel it and then let it go. We're not saying feel it and then feel it and feel it. We telling you to feel it, let it go. That's what women do. But men don't do that. They hold all that shit in, they bottle it up, and then explode over some stupid shit that's fucked up.
Yep.
We're not saying that. We're saying, well, the stereotype was pushed that men shouldn't cry, men should toughen up. But no, you can be tough and feel your emotions. You can be tough and emotionally intelligent at the same time.
Because growing up, what I'm saying, that's how I was brought up. Ain't no crime, man. Like you can't cry about nothing. You gotta make that shit go. If it don't go your way, you can't sit there and as a man, you gotta stand up, let your nuts hang, and make shit pop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but just because you were raised that way, don't mean it's right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like in today's world, it's showing me like it's okay. And you can kind of open up and be a little vulnerable. With the right person.
Yeah, especially your significant other. Like, if you're not gonna be vulnerable with others, at least your significant other, at least the person you lay your head with, at least the person that you are building a life with, be vulnerable with them.
Yeah, so I'll tell you, when it comes down to society wise. So I'm an emotional fucking male, number one. And the only way that I express my emotion instead of crying, so I'm not looked at as soft or this weak male, is by anger. And the problem is that nobody wants to deal with an angry, belligerent ass man. It's not the moment I raise my voice. If I don't know if you niggas ever watch Power, but Ghost had to make sure that he didn't lose his cool in court. And if he did, that would have made him look guilty and unhinged and crazy, which would have aligned with the kind of ideals that was pushed on him as this murderous gangster kind of guy. So, in order for us to be successful, I think you got some background noise, Ocho. In order for us to be uh, not looked at as crazy, which society, I'm gonna tell you guys something about Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch theory, to answer the question on my end, Willie Lynch theory is real, number one, but more or less, number two, Willie Lynch theory is the idea that basically, and I've explained this in my slavery videos on the shows in the past. Please go to check those out because I went in depth. Um, Basically, Willie Lynch was this slave master that wrote these rules of how to make sure you tame these African people slaves and make them follow you, and this will be put in place for hundreds and hundreds of years later down the line. And the idea is you fucking grab a slave that doesn't, gets in trouble. You hang them up in front of them, gather all the other slaves around them, and beat and torture till the person is dead in front of all of them so that they know not to step out of line. Any person that does, you do the exact same thing to them, instilling fear. Not only that, but the slave master would invoke them to turn against each other and fight amongst one another, try to make them jealous and envious of each other, while also still coming to relying on him as their only main source. So if you look into modern day, you got us black on black crime killing each other. You got us relying on government system. The white man is keeping us on their leashes and chains. You have police officers blatantly killing us because we blatantly talk out, we try to act belligerent and fight against our oppressors when they just use that as an excuse. Oh, he got a gun. Oh, he's being aggressive. Oh, I was afraid for my life. So all of these things are structural that were put down in place. And I also think that has an effect on like I said, the war on men. Everybody is trying to kill the black man. And women feel like they have to compete. And I'm going to be honest with you. I am one of those black guys. I love black women. I respect black women to the utmost. So much so that I don't want to date them. Now, let me clarify. I will date black women.
Thank you. Thank you. I love the correction.
I'm trying, goddammit, because these bitches over here, these bitches over there. I'm trying, goddammit.
Sound crazy, Chris.
Yeah, that man, he came our group chat and said, I dated a black bitch before.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow.
I done dated Mexican bitches, white bitches, Asian bitches. I done dated all kinds of bitches. Okay, they just heard black bitches, and I was so I'm trying not to trigger no motherfucking body in this video today. Okay, but more or less, I think that as far as society is a structural problem, and I think us men need to. We're so worried about surviving and maintaining that we lose fact of like she said, the recognition when it comes down to a woman, being appreciative of a woman. And I think that's because we as men have so much going on. I'm not speaking for them bum niggas because there's a lot of ain't shit bitches and there's a lot of ain't shit niggas. And they fuck up the reputation for the other one because then that partner is trying to fill their void by stepping in their shoes too. My mom shouldn't have been trying to raise me to become a man. That should have been my father's job. Point blank, period. And as men, if we fucking grown enough to have sex and have these fucking babies, it's our responsibility to take care of them. And I'm saying that as a nigga who ain't had his father in his life. If you're gonna be grown enough to lay your ass down, you need to make sure you fucking take care of your damn child. And if you don't, I really hope this don't get kicked off of YouTube. I hope you fucking off somebody. You preferably your damn self. Okay. But anyway,
but also though, it's I would say it's equal to both sides though, because as a woman, if you know this man not shit, why would you have that baby? If you seen the red flags, you could tell, you know, if a man is a good father or not before you have a child.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you continue to have that baby?
I mean, but
You're putting yourself through this. Like, I mean,
You know
he's
how
gonna
that
put
go.
you through that, but you are putting yourself through it as well.
You know how that go.
but are these men really ain't shit, or is it just somebody trying to navigate and trying to figure it all out, just like anybody else? What's the difference between a man who ain't shit and a man who's trying to get his stuff together? He's just very angry with what's going on in the world. What's the difference?
You gotta be able to handle your responsibilities. That's all.
Execution.
Either you
Yeah.
handle your responsibilities or you ain't shit. That shit real, bro. Either you can handle this shit or you.
But
Ain't no either or, man.
but I feel like
no, but
it's not a standard being put on people.
It's also the point of knowing what you can handle, what you can and cannot handle. Don't put yourself in a situation where you know you can't handle that situation, and then you're putting out that you can't handle that situation and mad at others' reactions. You know what you can and can't handle.
Yeah. That shit either make you a better or worse person.
This is, bro, I love this conversation. I'm gonna ask the question: what are some of the common misunderstandings and miscommunications between black men and women, and how can we bridge those gaps? So, what ends up happening where we end up at each other's necks because of the lack of miscommunication or misunderstanding? If you guys understand more or less my question.
I would say so. Wait, just repeat it one more time for me.
Okay, so what are some common misunderstandings or miscommunications between black women and men, and how do we fix that?
Where do we get
stuff? Like, where do I start?
I feel like a big part of it is just working out a pattern. Like, this is how I was raised. This is how, this person I seen is, this is how I'm going to be, instead of people, stepping out and just being their own individuals and deciding how they're going to be.
Or
I feel like a lot of miscommunication be more so like, I don't know, like expectations, like, yeah, actually, but that's not even just between black men and black women, just people, period. Expectations. You have these expectations, you set these expectations for a person or how they should act or how they should move, but then you're not expressing that's how you expect them to act or move. It's all internal, and then get upset and react when they don't perform essentially the way you wanted them to. Like conversations need to be had. Conversations don't be had. Say, this is what I want out of you in this situation, and then we can figure it out. But those conversations are never had. Well, I wouldn't say never, but most of the time.
Yeah, and I also think it's so for a nigga like me, because I can only speak in terms of what I see and what I experience. As a nigga like me, a lot of times I'm not necessarily heard the right way. I might overly express how I feel, and maybe it's the way I said it where it gets heard incorrectly or taken the wrong way. But it's a lot of times I feel like I overly express how I feel, and it's not received mentally. It's not received, and I guess maybe that could feel like a lack of appreciation. Well, you just dismissing me and don't give a fuck about how I feel. You only worried about how you feel, and I kind of feel that way with them. Like, if I feel like it's a one-way street, or the goalposts get moved depending on if it affects you or not, as far as a female versus a male. It's like certain things that is acceptable. For example, going to Aaliyah's standpoint when she said, "Who the fuck do you think you are if to tell me as a woman where I should be?" Well, my argument is, well, what is my responsibility as a man? If you two ladies can answer that, what is my responsibility as a man?
I can't tell you what your responsibility is. That's your own thing to decide. But two, there's a really, really thick, broad, bold ass line between being you're using the word overly expressive, but usually it's just straight up disrespect. You're disrespecting. And there's a difference.
And you are speaking because you know how I am outside of on the fucking camera. As far as your experiences for me, you perceive it as being disrespectful?
There's a difference between walking in the house and being like, hey, the house is dirty. Like, do you mind cleaning up and walking in the house and saying, why the fuck is my goddamn house so motherfucking dirty? Bitch, clean this shit up. There's a difference. There's a big ass difference. You know, it's not overly expressive. No, it's disrespect.
Wait, hold up. You heard me say that shit?
I'm just
I don't
saying.
recall. Because I waited, man. I don't ever complain about the cleanliness in this motherfucker.
I was giving you
an
example.
Okay. I was gonna say, goddamn it, now I be saying some crazy shit, but hey, I didn't say that shit now. Now I didn't say why the hell my blunt ain't rolled and why the hell I ain't got no motherfucking food. You been cheating? How? What the hell you been doing? That's why you ain't doing no housework in this motherfucker. What's been going on?
Like, there's a difference between that and saying, like, hey, like, the house is a little dirty. Like, do you mind, you know, water.
Yeah. So maybe it's the delivery when it comes down to men, and to my understanding, being more receptive when it comes down to women.
Yeah.
I guess that's more or less. Ocho, what's your opinion on the matter? This nigga hungry, high as hell. He living his best life.
I just feel like I get upset when I'm misunderstood as far as like tone may go, or like volume, or even like just like certain actions. So it's just like I just be challenging women to be more understanding, for real. Cause it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like the intention, if the intention be there, like women are more so go off like reaction to like how they feel, and it's like that's understanding as a woman for you to do that. But it's like, can we not get stuck there? Can we not like make that the only thing that we prioritize in the conversation? You know?
Yep. I mean, and it more or less goes to what we're expressing. I feel like we're getting somewhere here. I don't feel like, you know, some of us are having more of understanding of each other, and I hope you guys that are watching are having that same experience. We're gonna go and we're finishing up on these questions, guys. How do you feel that the pressure of race affects the interact? I mean, well, we kind of answered that. I'm gonna go ahead and list the question. I'm gonna let y'all say, let's keep this short and sweet as far as this one, because I did kind of cover this. How does the pressure of race affect the experiences and interactions between Black men and women? How does race affect our experiences with each other? Do you guys have any short sidebar information on how you feel?
I feel like we're competing against each other, essentially, to compete against the white man and the white woman and all these other races that come under them, because we're essentially at the bottom. If you ask others, we're at the very bottom. So it's a competition. So we feel like we're in competition with our counterparts because we're in competition with everybody else
in the world. Yeah.
That's true.
And I also feel like I've said before, I don't want that competition, but we're gonna get into why that is. I'm gonna go on to Tyler and James. What do y'all feel like is causing tension and pressure based on race between men and women?
I mean, this is kind of hard because first off, I'm mixed, so it's kind of like, you know, my point.
Little bit of nigga, all nigga, okay? Little bit of nigga, all nigga, okay?
Yes, but I'm just saying, I do feel like there is competition between each other, but like, I don't know, personally, like for me, I feel like there's nothing that a white woman could offer that I can't. Like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Flavor and spice, goddammit. She ain't got no flavor and no goddamn spices in that motherfucker.
Has for a Black woman. Like, that is the ultimate disrespect. I'm so sorry.
I be trying to tell them.
Like, I would be hurt if like I got cheated on by James from a Black woman, but from a white woman, like, yo, that's like a KO. I'm sorry. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, they are
like
pretty
that's the ultimate disrespect.
They are pretty patient.
Because they have the room to be.
Who's they? Who's they?
He talking about white women. White women be patient because they were raised to be patient.
They are pretty peaceful. Like,
here we go. Here we go.
Wait, actually, a relationship with a white woman for respect. The end. He doesn't get into it for love and respect from a white woman. Get the fuck out of here. I cannot.
Eric, is your white woman more peaceful?
Patient? So So
He can't answer right now. He's under surveillance.
yes, yeah. Listen. Let me be clear. Okay, she's crazy, but not that fucking crazy. Okay, she,
So
you
black
know,
women are crazy.
so for example, white women only crazy to an extent because the white man is usually the apex predator.
He's not saying
The white man is more the nigga that'll be like, I'll kill you and I'll kill the kids. And then I'm off myself. Them the niggas that'll be on that. So white women understand certain levels. When it comes down to dealing with a nigga, a white woman will allow a man to do and get away with saying things that most other race, Hispanics and blacks, ain't gonna let you slide with no shit. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Saying and doing.
For sure.
But
And go
I
ahead.
feel like it's because white women are not in it for love or compassion. White women are in it for an arm piece. Like, no, that's why white women want a black man. That's just fully what I'm convinced. I'm so sorry.
They be raised to do that.
Exactly.
Some cultures are raised to be wives. Some cultures, women are raised to be wives, and that's what they're seeking out, to be a wife. They're not seeking out their whole purpose in life is to be a wife. Whereas, and I just feel like black women are moving towards that point, but our purpose is to survive. We're trying to keep our family alive. Like, we're not trying to be a wife because they already have that one up. Their family is fine. They're just trying to like,
they
you know
got
what I'm saying?
good
Like,
credit.
they're trying to live.
they
already
pre-approved for everything. Shit. So here's the thing. I have to address this. When it comes down to dark-skinned women, because I will date black bitches, to be clear. Black women. I will date black women, but I'm not necessarily attracted to the darker skinned women. I like red. I don't know. I don't really know why I'm not as attracted to them. And I remember my grandmother, who's a beautiful, dark-skinned black woman, who asked me to, and that was some of the hardest shit that I had to answer, because she was like, so, Eric, do you not like black women? And I'm like, I mean, I don't like too dark. Well, what about my color? Well, grandma, and I'm young. My grandmother's my damn everything. That my angel. And for me to have to explain that to her, like, yeah, I don't find them attractive. And she was like, that kind of hurts my feelings, but I'm not gonna judge you.
Though?
I understand you.
Yeah, no. Explain it to me how you explained it to her.
What do you mean?
What did you say?
It was very difficult for me to. I'm more or less saying what the hell I said, because she was like, you know what? It does hurt my feelings, but I understand and I don't judge you. Because I was very like, I couldn't really fully explain. And to be honest, I still can't really give y'all a reason why. I don't know. It's just based off of what I attract. Now, I love some light-skinned black bitches.
Women.
I'm sorry. My mama, and I don't know what this is about, but women that resemble my mother, I don't, and I feel sick about that. I feel like that's sick as hell. Light-skinned ladies with freckles, I love them. I love them. I just can't get them.
Something?
Sure.
From a psychology standpoint,
niggas I can't get them.
No, from a psychology standpoint, for real, that adds up. Because a lot of the time, in our significant others, we're looking for our parents, essentially, in our significant others. We're looking for traits from our parents in our significant others, because that's how we were raised. That's what we see. That's what we like. You see what I'm saying? So we're looking for that for the people that we want to spend our rest of our lives with. So it makes sense that that's what you prefer. But I'm not even gonna lie. It's internalized colorism, unfortunately. It's something that just was instilled on you and can't be helped because it's still being instilled.
So I don't really, how can I explain it? As time went on, and I've explained this in previous shows, I grew up not necessarily seeing color. Living in Chicago, I had nothing but black girls that was around me. So that's what I dated. I dated that was around me. But then when I came to Georgia, I was in middle school where we had 6 fucking classes, and it was loads of white bitches, way more compared to black women. And of course, like I said, the black women that I like didn't want my black ass. So I had to go. It's either the dark-skinned women, which I wasn't crazy about, or the light-skinned women, which for me, it was Hispanics. That was more where I go to. Even my baby mama know. I've always said I wanted to marry a Puerto Rican. When my Uncle Chris married a Puerto Rican before I did, I was low-key jealous as hell. Okay, I didn't want the shit to go. But understanding that's I love Hispanics because they, one, not completely white, but two, they got a little flavor in them. They're fair skinned. I just once again, I can't explain why necessarily I don't like them. It's just my mom is light skinned and I prefer more or less fair skinned people. And like I said, I feel
crazy.
sick.
I'm looking at a picture of Grandma Betty right now while we're talking about this. And she looking all chocolate and nice.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful. God damn it! And that's I don't know what that's about, and I still internally feel some type of way that I can't still to this day, years later.
But can I ask you, like, you don't find any dark skinned woman attractive, like not even a celebrity?
For sure, for sure. There's some
like
women
somebody
you gotta have
like,
some.
Oh, I take her down. Like there's nobody like that.
Like Normani.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I just
don't find Normani attractive, but that's me.
I don't even know who that is.
Okay.
Who is that?
Oh my fucking god.
This nigga Chad. This nigga Ocho sleep as hell.
Yeah, kind of fuck.
So let me move on to the next question. So Ocho can go his ass to bed. We are finishing up on the final two, and we'll keep it moving. What does self-love, self-care, self-awareness play in fostering healthy relationships between black men and women?
For like
everything.
Yeah.
Well, hold up, Ocho. Explain yourself. What you mean?
You got to be able to take care of yourself before you can take care of the next, and you got to know properly what that is, and like explore the depths of yourself before you can properly do that with anybody else.
Yeah, before you can properly expect somebody to take care of you, you got to know how you need to be taken care of. You can't expect somebody to take care of you or to nurture you, and you don't even know how you're supposed to be nurtured or taken care of.
James and Tyler?
Yeah. I don't have nothing.
I'm smacked with that.
I don't have nothing.
Shit, I thought you were talking about like self-love. Like you talking about like haircuts and shit?
No, just more love. What
consider self-love?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I feel like that's a big ass like factor for real. Like y'all, was saying earlier, like if you can't love yourself or take care of yourself, you can't provide that for nobody else. So that means you're never really gonna be happy. You know what I'm saying? So like when you know how to make your own self happy, you can be able to really, make your significant other happy.
So I'll tell you, there's a lot of trauma in the black community on both sides. Where you have black men that are prideful, you have black men that are women who are equally as prideful, and that creates a clash when you guys two are trying to accomplish the same goal. But then you run into the situation where one partner isn't doing their part, so the other partner has to overcompensate for that. It's important for us to, one, love ourselves, learn how to love ourselves, and then decide to love someone else. And when you love someone else, you have to be able to accept them for who they are, expect them to get better, and then grow with them. Competing is where the line gets drawn. And that's one of the biggest things. We have to learn to love with each other and not compete. All right, it looks like you got something to express.
No, you was very spot on. I was saying, like, yes, I agree.
Yep. So I think that's where a lot of the issues come in for us, and it's all about. I think a lot of that will be changed if we put our pride aside and we actually focused on growing together. We're gonna go ahead into the next question. These last two is gonna be great. All right, because this is where we might disagree. What does toxic masculinity and old-fashioned norms have on the effect? Have an effect within the black community as far as relationships? What does toxic masculinity and old-fashioned norms have an effect on black relationships?
Probably a lot.
Yeah. In regard to old-fashioned norms, I will comment on that. like how we were speaking earlier, like a lot of the time it's not old fashioned. Our lives aren't old fashioned anymore. Like old fashioned norms was women couldn't work, so we're in the kitchen, we're taking care of the kids. Men are outside working. That's not the case anymore. A lot of times women have to work too to survive. Men have to work too to survive. So them old fashioned norms need to go out the window because this is not the normal anymore. We have a different norm.
Hmm. Ocho?
What you had said again?
I said, what does toxic masculinity? And before I come
Oh
to you,
yeah.
hold up. Before I come to you, I really want to get Tyler's opinion on it. We're gonna go shoot back to Ocho and then shoot right back to James before it's over with. Tyler, what do you feel like as far as that question?
I mean, I feel like, okay, I don't enjoy the whole toxic masculinity thing. Obviously, I don't know many women who do. But it just comes down to, like, are you doing things for me because you love me, you care for me, you want to nurture me, or are you doing things for me because this is what you feel like you should be doing? You know, and I feel like in a relationship, that's important. Like, that's an important thing to understand. Why are you doing the things that you're doing, you know? Like, are you opening the door for me because you don't want to see me struggle? Or are you opening the door for me because you don't want to look like a dickhead in front of everybody? You feel me?
So, Ocho, what's your opinion?
Oh, okay. So yeah, toxic masculinity probably play a large role in a lot of people's situations just because of the fact of like how everyone's household was growing up. Like I think most people was raised in like a single parent household or like with their grandparents and in a displaced like what I'm saying environment. So it's just like that creates like a foundation just like to have that, and then it's like from there we all like are damn near like healing or on a journey to do that through adulthood, but at the same time it's like we cross paths with other individuals that we have ties with at some point in time that ultimately like have to deal with the things that we grew up with and like like the toxic ways and what I'm saying, the things that we haven't healed from, and just being the fact that we did grow up with those certain traumas and whatnot.
Yep. Trauma plays a big portion in it. And also the need to be toxic and super masculine. James, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, cause like I just be opening the doors, cause my mom just told me that that's what you're supposed to do. Like, yeah. I mean, cause like growing up, like a large part of my life, my dad was, involved. Due to unfortunate circumstances, that kind of changed. But shit, but my mom, it was just my mom, my bro. So she kind of, hey, you hold the door. So that was kind of like the norm right there. So I mean, I still operate like that. And it can be anybody. It could be an old dude, straggling behind me. I'm gonna keep the door open for him. I'm just gonna be a good person. I ain't gonna let the door slam in front of his face. But that's the top point. Are you opening it because you see me struggling, bro? I'm just opening the door. Like I don't think that deep. It shouldn't be thought about that deep for somebody opening the door. Just walk through the door for somebody to open and say thank you. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. So my take on the question is just more or less one, the toxic masculinity is all a smoke show. Number one. And I'm speaking from experiences because I'm one of them niggas who would be considered more or less a toxic masculine alpha male, whatever the case. It's all come from insecurities. So if a person feels inferior as a man, one, I was known as soft. I was a singing ass nigga. I was much different than some of my homies in school growing up, and I had to prove myself. And then when coming into high school, my hair was real curly, and I figured out a way to make myself look nice. And then I started wearing scarves and shit, looking at it as a pretty boy. Niggas thought I was gay. And anything about a straight nigga, if niggas think you gay as a straight nigga, that's a problem. Okay, niggas ask me if I got perms in my head. It's like, hey, so I had such a quest to want to be a man. I want to be this macho man, this strong man that nobody can fuck with, But then, mind you, my perception of what a man should be, I had my Uncle Chris and my Uncle Kurt. And every time we go out in public, these manly men look like they'll whoop your ass at a moment's notice and stay cool and calm. Wear about their business, suit and tie, clean cut. Obviously Uncle Chris and Uncle Kurt is two different individuals, but they still represented a level of masculinity that I emulated, that I see today. When I walk around with a little swagger to me, with a little mug on my face, waiting for a nigga to try something. A nigga comes in the door on some bullshit. I heard my Uncle Chris say this to a nigga. I heard the story of it. Nigga come up looking like he wants to smoke. I said, do we have a problem? Do we have a problem here?
And he sure did.
Cool, calm than the motherfucker. The nigga looked me up and down. I said, sir, do we have a problem? Nigga walked off. I swear to God, I was finna get lit right after that if he said yes. But understanding that, I carry myself a certain way because of what I lack, the trauma that I've built up over the years, and then you overcompensate that to make yourself feel more manly. And then you got niggas out here like Andrew Tate. You got niggas out here like Kevin Samuels, which when it comes down to Andrew Tate, I found myself liking him as time went on. It's a lot of stuff that I agree versus disagree, but he speaks a lot of truth. When it comes down to Kevin Samuels, a lot of things I agree with 90% of the things that Kevin Samuels had said.
I'm sorry, look at their faces.
Bro, you talking about the Romanian dude, bro? That dude?
Yeah, Andrew Tate. Yes.
Aaron.
No, wait. Hold up. Now, let me be clear. Some things that he's talked about, I have not agreed with. But when it comes down to what men actually want, I have agreed with. It's certain things, it's hits or miss with Andrew Tate. But when it comes down to Kevin Samuels, by far, I said on every fucking thing he said and I agree with. Why? Because Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul, fought to make sure to bring black families back together. Now, one of the things, he talked crazy to women, he did this and this and that. If you looked at his content, he would only get to that level based on that woman. Look, y'all looking crazy and say, I don't give a damn. Kevin Samuels.
The only truthful thing that man's dick was little and that he needs to clean his sheets.
I just feel like if you gonna take anybody's advice on bringing a black family together, it needs to be Dr. Umar. If you gonna listen to any internet nigga about putting a black family together, Dr. Umar. Kevin Samuels is crazy.
I feel some type of way about Dr. Umar because that nigga said white bitches are the devil and stay away from them. I said, nigga, hold up now, motherfucker. I was riding with you the whole way till you fucked around and said that. After that, I've been looking at that nigga some kind of way. I ain't gonna.
He said we do not need some mixed race.
I need to motherfucking make sure y'all doing some real shit too. That's what I'm gonna say, man. You say nothing wrong.
Hey, so, but that's what creates these toxic masculinity. Some of these men are liking, and they look up to these guys, not really understanding the point of what they're coming from or what they represent, and they create this false reality, which of what a man should be, and it creates this toxic shore. Now I'm gonna go to the toxic part. One, the reason why I became toxic is because of the game women made me play. I covered in the last show. I was that nice, sweet, loving Eric.
Anything. That was an active choice.
No, hold up. Yeah, in order for me to get y'all, because when I was nice and cool
and
sweet,
say y'all, say the women that you specifically wanted.
Okay.
The women that you, the light-skinned, red-bone, freckled women,
the white woman
that you wanted,
the white women
required you to be that way.
Some white folks.
Anyway. Those are the women that required you to be that way. Don't say women required you, because I'm sure if you went over to that dark-skinned girl that you claimed you didn't like, she would have took your niceness.
Yes, you would have. You're right. And you know what? That's probably what God been punishing a nigga for the result. And baby mama, I love you. Don't get it twisted. I know we talking crazy and all this, but understand. Hey, I didn't listen. You know what? I'm digging myself a hole. Wait, because I already feel.
That's a different story. Okay, that's my girl. So that's a different story. I love that girl.
Well, now hold up. Now this bitch is from the UK. Do you understand why niggas is even in America? Because niggas from the UK. God damn it. Now, no, God bless her soul. She ain't got nothing to do with that, but her ancestors should do, and they can kiss my ass for it. We're going to move on to the last question of the day, what effect does masculinity and women have when it comes to relationships? What is the negative or positive, whatever you feel like, and how does that have an effect on relationships today?
What is masculinity in a woman?
Or so masculine. Hold up. Well, clearly
Like-
you need to
Acting hard.
No, what's acting hard as a woman?
What you mean, bro?
Give me
We had
examples.
this conversation before, bro.
What?
Like, man,
Like what? No, for real.
I dated women before, not you. Like you're soft. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, you're gonna provide me with that nurturing feeling. I've dated women before, bro. Nah, it didn't give me that feeling, bro. Like,
so
you don't
what?
want to
Because
date.
they're not affectionate. That's masculine.
No, nigga, I wear the pants. I'm the man and the woman, bitch.
Bro, you don't
See,
want no,
that's
bro.
the-
You don't want no woman that's
But
not
y'all
gonna
want-
be affectionate, bro. Like that's like dating your homeboy, bro. What's wrong with you?
But y'all,
I don't think just because she's not affectionate doesn't mean she's masculine. A lot of people aren't taught how to express their emotions correctly. Now, I'm not going to say women don't be masculine, but that shouldn't be the way you gauge it, because a lot of people are not taught how to express their emotions. I'm not that affectionate. My mom was very affectionate, but that shit makes me uncomfortable, like for real. That don't mean I'm masculine. I just sometimes it just be a little too much. Like, let me show you how I want to love the way I want to love.
I'm just asking a specific. What is masculine? Like, tell me, Eric, what masculine is.
So, for example, so say it again.
Taking lead in a situation is a masculine trait that women can possess. Like, and it's like they could be positive or negative, because sometimes it's like, okay, it's good that you have your head strong in a masculine manner, in a way that, you know what I'm saying, is progressive for us as a whole. But sometimes it can become something of a competition where you feel like just because you're doing that, I'm supposed to be doing this, and it's like, if I'm not doing that, then you shouldn't do this, when it really should be coming from a genuine place.
I feel like in a relationship, I should not be stripped of my individuality and leadership just because I'm in a relationship with a man. I feel like that's where toxic masculinity comes from.
Like, sometimes you gotta be able to kick back and let your man be a man, because that is what you have him for. And it's up to y'all to understand the discernment and where to gauge yourself, and when it's a positive and progressive and collaborative time to be that, and then when it's sometimes like the best thing for you to let him do that, and you understand that that's what you had to do in that situation for y'all to be collaborative as a whole.
Yeah, relationships are about compromise. So if you are headstrong and your man is also headstrong, it's okay to step back sometimes and let him take the lead. It's okay for him to step back sometimes and let you take the lead, but y'all got to figure that out.
And that was like one of our biggest problems, like, to start, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like, hey, ain't nobody finna tell me what to do. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and how I'm gonna do it how I want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times, the way I see things is kind of different from how she does. Because sometimes she do want to go ahead and just jumpstart on some stuff and just take the lead. With some stuff she's good at doing, and some stuff I'm good at doing. So we kind of had to find like a balance in our relationship. And I was just like, all right, well, I know you can handle this. I know you good with this. So it's just like we just make it shake.
But I don't feel like that's masculinity. I feel like that's just taking a lead and doing
I wasn't
what
talking
I know
about
how.
like that earlier. I don't think I really explained my thought earlier. I was talking about like that. Like, I was on some like different shit. Like, talking to me like we like homeboys and shit. Never mind.
So like the way you talk, like the way you walk, like what?
No, not like that. Like, never mind. I'm saying it in a different way. Like,
I'm trying to hear you.
I would say masculine women, I think I see what you're saying. Like, just like overly aggressive for no reason, just very combative for no reason.
For no reason.
Everything.
Calm that shit down. We ain't got, like, bro, calm that down. Like, thank you. That's how I was trying to explain it. Like, earlier. I didn't really like explain it, but I appreciate that. Like
just being overly combative, overly just like it's okay to be headstrong, but like essentially, like, to me, like a know-it-all, because that's a masculine trait. That's why they coined the term mansplain, because men think they know it all. So a woman thinking she knows it all, it can be a masculine trait. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you can't be close to anything.
when it comes down to women, um, men want a woman to be submissive. I don't want my woman to be too submissive. I like a little tension. I like to be able, if y'all ever seen my video of how to get away with calling your female the B word, please check that out on TikTok and your
Will
local
not.
Facebook. Uh, but I like a little tension where we're making fun of each other. Oh, what's up, punk? What's up, pussy? Like, I like that kind of shit. But for more or less, when it comes down to, at the end of the day, masculinity, I had a red bone. Oh my God. What's her name? What's her name? What's her name?
It's not important. It's not important.
Kiara. Yeah, it is important, goddamn, because I want you to know I'm talking about your ass. Kiara. Okay, beautiful. Oh my God, freckles. Oh my God, light skin.
Okay.
Ass out this world, Lord.
Okay.
But but I talked to this chick twice, right? First time we was talking to her, she was trying to play games. I didn't have that time. When I talk to a female, because I'm an only child and I have isolation issues, I talk to multiple females at once to increase my odds of making sure I land a bitch. So,
Bro, shut the fuck up.
That's
bro.
a weird way to put that you.
I mean,
okay.
it is what it is, the truth. But
Just
so
say
when
you was
talking to her,
dating.
You a hoe. I mean, like,
Whoa,
wait a
whoa,
minute,
whoa,
now.
whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not get the throwing labels out there, man.
So,
fine, you're right. You're right.
so when talking to her, I passed her up, dated this Spanish girl, which was my high school sweetheart. Once that relationship ended, I ended up talking to the thick ass bread bone again, and we indulged deeper into conversation. And my thing was, she was like, "So, if you're gonna be dealing with me, you're gonna be paying for my nails, you're gonna be paying for my hair, you're gonna be getting my shit done." I said, "Well, bitch, first and foremost, you're gonna have to earn that, number one. That ain't gonna just come off the top." And then two, we got to the conversation of who wears the pants in a relationship. And she was like, I said, "So who wears the pants in a relationship?" That would be a question I would throw to see where she's coming from. Me, the fuck? I'm like, so if we live together, who gonna be paying the bills? You? Oh, and I still gotta pay for your motherfucking hair and all that shit. Oh, hell no. No, if I'm gonna be paying for the bills, 100% of them hoes, I'm wearing the pants. And here, that's the thing. Another thing which I've explained in the last show, y'all definitely gotta check it out because we're covering some of those same points. My mom is such an independent woman. It has turned some men off who looking for a woman to be submissive and learn something from them. My mom, who has her shit together, who's always been focused on her own, having her own fucking motion to where some of these niggas will have to get on her level. You get what I'm saying? A woman of that stature is intimidating to men. And because my mom can wear her own fucking pants, regardless if a man is there or not, that's where that masculinity thing rubbed some men the wrong way. And the problem is that the problem with being masculine and standing proud in that your whole life is that you could find yourself in older age still looking for that love. And the thing is, what Kevin Samuels covered, which I think a lot of women don't appreciate, is he was brutally honest. And he expressed that there is a time limit on women. There isn't a time limit on men because financially they can buy a younger bitch and be good. Older women, once they get older, it doesn't really necessarily matter about their money, but there's a time limit, not only because of their looks, but what they bring to the table. If they get more kids, rich niggas like the 2,000K a year niggas are looking for women with less baggage, that are younger, with less problems. And these masculine women are still looking for them guys of that nature while also combating with them. More or less, to end all of that. Go ahead.
Wait, can I say something real fast? I feel
Sure.
like it's also the other problem is men don't be giving women the space to feel like they can be submissive or feminine. You see what I'm saying? We're still it still be a competition rather than you making me feel safe, you making me feel like I can be submissive, I can be this very soft spoken woman. But no, it more so I have to stick up for myself because of this, because of that. But like it's never the space, the room for me to feel like I can submit to you because I know you got me in this way and that way and the way over here.
Yeah.
I
So,
think I'm
and it's because I'm
getting
listening.
frustrated with this subject because maybe I am a masculine woman. Don't know, but I just feel like that's a label that men are putting on women. You know, basically to deter them, like, oh, like you shouldn't be independent. You should not be a free thing. Like that's how I take it. And whenever I hear it, oh, you know, she's a very masculine woman, like, you don't want to see women, you know, being independent. You know, you don't want to deal with a woman that doesn't need you. You want
you don't want somebody that's so independent that you really like.
They don't need you.
Like, yeah, you like. Then it's like, what's the point of me being here?
A point of relationship for love and comfort. You know, you're not, you know, just to shape up those roles that we were just talking about. You know, where, oh, I don't need a man taking care of me. Good. I mean, why is that a deterrent? You know.
So real quick, men, and I'm asking y'all, men, how does a masculine woman make you feel? As far as and Tyler, you claim that you are a masculine woman, but I don't get that as far as your soul mentality.
I don't
because of
feel that. I'm just saying, like, it's just whenever I hear a masculine woman, like, I'm like, okay, because she's independent, because she's saying what she feels, because she's taking those situations.
No.
So, question, Tyler, do you feel like you need a man?
No.
No. Do I feel like I want a man? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel like I want a
better question.
Somebody to live my life with, somebody to go through life with? Yes. But do I need one? Not necessarily. I would prefer to have it, but it's not a necessity. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree. I disagree. So for me, more or less, I need me.
You'll never hear niggas say that. Like, that's the thing. You'll never hear niggas say he don't need women. Like,
we need them.
Because you guys do need women. Because y'all need that soft.
Yeah, just like y'all need us. Just like y'all.
No, not even that though. Like,
we don't.
I'm thinking.
Yes, no, y'all fucking do. Y'all fucking do.
Wait. Listen,
you can't go outside. You can't go outside at midnight and goddamn go jogging and feel safe at night by your like.
Okay.
Do you understand why we don't feel safe at night?
Because we don't have a fucking man, right?
No, because men are terrible people and want to kill and rape women just because. That's why women don't feel safe at night to jog. Like, please, don't bring that up.
Statistically, James is more likely to kill me than anybody else.
That's because men are so fucking aggressive that they take everything as a fucking challenge and want to kill you because of it. That's why women don't feel safe.
Well, you gotta remember your ass in Chicago too. You gotta remember
that proves the point that I don't need a man because I don't feel safe around you. I don't feel like you can take care of me. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like,
you should feel like that for your man. You should feel like you could feel safe with your man.
But I don't, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Men don't make you feel safe.
Yeah, man, don't,
you do.
You're on the way.
Right. I'm not speaking on you and your personal experiences. I'm saying in general. A lot of times, men don't make women feel safe. When I'm walking on the street, if a man is staring me, my thing is, do you know how much I get catcalled on the street? That don't make me feel safe.
I mean,
you're saying, oh, you need a man to protect you from the men. No, like, men cannot act like that. That's the point. Don't act like that. Don't be like that.
But if you're attractive, though, I mean, what do you expect?
You to be quiet. Or to say it nicely and leave me alone. If I'm not interested, leave it at that. Why is you chasing me down the street? Why is you chasing me down the street? Why is you mad that I don't want to give you my number? Like, okay, it's okay for you to think I'm attractive, but being aggressive to the point where you want to kill me because I don't want to be with you?
Yeah, no, that's crazy. We ain't. I didn't know you was gonna escalate it to that point.
That's how it be on a regular basis. That's what you don't understand. That's what we deal with every fucking day, every day.
And we don't understand that as men either. We're not pieces of meat either. We are the niggas hunting for the meat. So I get what you said, because we will never, as men, understand. Like you said, we don't have a fucking problem jogging at night because we don't have niggas out here trying to kidnap niggas. Okay, whereas women, it's a little different. You got rings of women getting certain things on TikTok showing women to be careful for these certain things in your car because there could be a nigga in a van looking to snatch your ass up.
And that's all I was saying, bro. That's what men are for, to protect y'all from shit.
And that's right. When it comes down to men. One of
the
last
why
shows,
you need men. Like, your ass can't say you don't need a man.
The top death in women is their partners, their domestic spouse. So I mean,
wait. My point, though, to your point is, we wouldn't need you if men didn't act like fucking animals.
you can't. We can't control that part. All we can do is protect what's ours.
Yes,
You literally can though. You literally
but yes,
can
you
control it.
can. Not you
you
specifically, but
you
men
can't
can control
you
themselves.
can't control what happens outside when you go outside your
Men can control themselves. That's what we're trying to say. We're not trying to say
the world is an uncontrolled place.
Huh?
The world is an uncontrolled place. What are y'all saying?
And that's the problem. That's what we're saying.
So what? Hold up.
Reality though,
So
like
I'm kind of getting.
Let's focus on the solution.
I'm kind of getting the gist of what we're saying here, because R is more like, yo, I don't need a man because y'all niggas out here crazy anyway, and we don't feel safe even with y'all right there with us. Ocho is saying, yo,
that's not what I'm saying.
No,
I'm saying I understand that we need a man. I do, because who protect us? We would need a man to protect us, but I'm saying we wouldn't need that if niggas wasn't animals.
But we
wouldn't need that protection if niggas wasn't like that. I get your point, and yes, you need a man because like you want to be safe, but we wouldn't have to be like that if men weren't so aggressive naturally.
That's not
if
real.
Y'all work on yourselves. If society wasn't the way society is, it wouldn't be like this.
So I'm gonna tell you what you got to take in consideration. People are a product of their environment. So if you're in a rough location, you're talking about from a chick from Chicago. So Tyler can't relate in that same exact department. Tyler can't relate in that same exact department because of the caliber of men that are out there versus here. First and foremost, Tyler, you ain't
Georgia, and it's happened in Georgia. So what? Is that just a different environment? I live in Alabama. You know, it happened there. Is that a different environment? I've lived in Florida. It's happened there. Is it just the South? No, because it's happened in California too. So not just the South, not a California thing. It's a man thing. You know, just because I don't call you and go, oh my God, Eric, somebody chased me down the street. I mean, because it's a day-to-day thing. There's no reason to call people anymore. I mean, it is what it is. Either I'm going to get snatched up or I'm not. I mean, that's just the reality.
Yeah, I'm going to get snatched up or I'm going to fight for my life. Which one is it?
Not with your nigga. You ain't get snatched up with your nigga, though.
Okay.
That is a good point. You'll never get snatched up with a nigga right by your side.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
That's why.
Like, bro, I'm finna go to sleep on y'all.
Don't be worried about a damn thing.
I fought with y'all, bro. It's over with. Okay. That was it. I fought with y'all.
But that's not why I need a man.
You don't be worried about a damn thing.
Yes, it is. Like,
he get that. But now you don't got to worry about shit when you be with me, right?
Okay, but I've lived this
That's what we saying.
But I've gotten this
okay, we understand and appreciate that. But right now, when we go outside, when you with me, you worry about anything?
No.
Okay, then. Nigga.
But guess what? As a single woman, I do. I got to protect myself. That's what I'm
right.
Until.
Why?
But we don't know when the fuck that's gonna happen. So again,
don't worry about it. You can't wait. You can only be your best you until you manifest. Exactly.
But until then, I gotta take care of myself, and I don't need a man.
I'm not being snatched up
because I'm not right. You said you need a man, so like it to me that seems like if I wasn't there, you would get snatched up. No, I'm gonna just be fighting for my life. It's gonna be that. I don't need you there. I would prefer you there, but I ain't getting snatched up regardless because it's gonna be me or him.
The point is, men aren't chasing me when you're around because they're like, oh man, you know, there's a man protecting me. More of a situation of men, other men. Men are coming from respect for you, not for me as a person. That's why they're not snatching.
I guess that's what they see when they look at me.
Okay, but it's not
that's not every nigga though. Some niggas really don't give a fuck. That's real life. Some niggas don't give a fuck, and they be like,
baby, and niggas be hitting on me whether you're there or not.
That hasn't happened. When have I been there?
I'm just saying, the neighbor that goes skirt all day, he's doing it whether you're there or not.
That nigga be skirt when I be outside, right?
Okay then. So once again, it's not, you know, oh, some niggas don't care. I mean, at the end of the day.
All right, I always about to address that, and you was just like, when a nigga wasn't
I'm getting catcalled with or without you. It is what it.
Nah, when the niggas disappeared in the neighborhood, you start questioning me like I did something. I ain't hearing
that.
But
I mean, because that's retaliation, not protection.
Hey, that is protection.
So real quick, real quick, because we're gonna end the show here. But can we agree on this openly? Realistically, we need each other, but we can survive without each other.
Yeah.
Is that
don't need? I mean, that's a contradiction right there.
I mean, but life is a contradiction.
Either I need you or I don't.
Life is a contradiction.
All right, sounds like you muted yourself.
I was finna say though, although I'm not gonna say we, because remember earlier I was like, we want a man, we don't need it.
Exactly.
But more so, I was speaking from the standpoint of I have family, I have my friends. That's why I don't necessarily need a man, because I have that support from them as well. More so, need a man for like
comfort. It's a luxury.
Yeah, like you see what I'm saying? Like I don't, because my thing is I would be better off talking to my friends about how I'm feeling, about how life is bringing me down, than my man. Unfortunately, because most men aren't emotionally intelligent, so they're not going to understand what I'm talking about. So I don't need you. I don't. I need my friend though, because she's gonna know what I'm talking about. She's gonna help me through that situation.
Well, I'll tell you this.
Intelligent. So
I wish
emotionally intelligent. That's what I'm saying. So she gotta find that man that's emotionally
She
intelligent.
doesn't have to.
So she doesn't.
No, because she has her friends and family. She has herself.
So what happens when you get older and all them friends and family die? What happens then?
So what?
Live
longer?
Hell yeah, we immortal, nigga.
Yeah, immortal.
Yeah.
My thing is, the only man I need in my life, unfortunately, is my father, because that's the man that take care of me for real. So once he's dead, I'm done for.
You just gonna be a strong woman, soaking up all the information that you needed. And I tell you, you have an awesome the way you're set up. Your mom, Taraji P. Henson, outstanding actress, outstanding and beautiful in her own. You got my uncle Chris, outstanding gentleman. You come from great parents, and I see why you are the person.
Said that.
You can tell her I love her. Shit, you can tell her I said that. I miss her too. But yeah, you have outstanding parents, and I think that's another reason why you're so strong-willed and such a smart head on your shoulders. I do feel like I said openly, I need a woman in my life, and I would like us as men would like to feel and know that y'all need us too. And one of the biggest things that y'all do so well is making sure that you feel safe without a man, because there's so many ain't shit niggas that make you feel like you have to resort to that. But speaking for some of the good niggas that are out here that actually care, we want to know that you want us just as bad as we want you, and you need us just as bad as we need you.
What do you need?
That's all Ocho had to say.
That's what he meant. But last final synopsis. Do you guys have any last messages before we cut this bitch off?
I was gonna say, I mean, for real, bro, you don't really need anybody for real. So if you're really happy with yourself, you can be content with yourself. Cause that love and nurturing, my mama's still here. You know what I'm saying? So if I wasn't together with Tom, I'm comfortable enough with myself to be like, hey, mama, I just need a hug or something like that. I'm cool. Shit, like, I mean, exactly. I got a good job. I'm straight. So me and Ty wanted each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. It's a luxury that we're together.
So I can't agree with you fully on that point. I mean, it's more of a want. We want this partnership. We want to make this work. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I said from the jump.
I wasn't arguing that. I wasn't arguing that point.
Hold up, niggas.
I know, but I said that word for word.
Listen, hold up. First and foremost, no, I need a female, because a bitch, while I'm playing a video game, my mom ain't finna sit here. No.
Wait, why?
I need a woman so she can take care of my needs. I'm playing the motherfucking video game. I need that guap 3000, motherfucker. If I'm sitting here having a hard day, I need to bust some ass, goddammit. I needs me a woman. Jag it off and all that. I know it's getting explicit. Ain't enough.
Woman provides for you, Eric?
I'm telling myself, no. But
that is our primal instinct to be like that, unfortunately.
Nature-wise,
as humans.
Yes. So I personally, yes, when at the end of the day, I need a woman to build a family, because I need to continue my family going on after my parents are gone. I don't have any more grandparents. All my grandparents are now deceased. So now my focus have been shifted from their mortality to my mom's and my dad's. And if once my mom and my dad is gone, all I'm going to have is my family. So in my eyes, thinking in terms of the future, I've dealt with a lot of deaths. You're aware we have dealt with a lot of deaths in our family. It's impossible with the amount of deaths that we have year after year after year to not worry about, after our grandparents are gone, the mortality of our parents. Once that is over with, even you said your dad is gone, it's over with. It's about the next chapter, and it's coming up for you, where you're going to be looking at making that next chapter. And like you say that now, but you get with a nigga next, guaranteed.
It's gonna be a few years.
Yeah,
I ain't having no kids no time soon.
Them few years gonna come up out of nowhere. For us now, we speaking in terms of what potentially living with our parents, probably removed a few years ago. None of us has been out of our parents' house for over 10 years. I can guarantee you that. But furthermore, the next steps in our lives is building that foundation. And unfortunately, you can't fucking build a family by yourself. And that is my last point. I need a family. I need my woman to continue my offspring and my lineage. That's at the end of the day what it is. And women need the same damn thing because they want the kids too. They want the family. All women will mind a healthy marriage. All women, which you said earlier, you said it. Hey, at the end of the day, we just want to be married. So when you find somebody, the right partner.
No, I said we want a companion.
Yeah.
Same thing, different day. A nigga that commit to you under the name of the God, okay? But listen, guys, this has been such a wonderful show. I enjoyed it. Definitely, we got to keep the conversation going with other topics around the same thing. I will we'll have some guests, or we'll be back to the show. Tyler and James will be back to the show at some point. But this concludes our episode for tonight. Hey, guys, say holla if you want to share your information, or you got any social medias in this mother.
Yeah, my ad name on Instagram is at lil.aurii. My Twitter name is at Camille_Jasper.
There you go. And I love your middle name, by the way, Camille. I might need to name one of my daughter's middle name that. So just stay tuned.
That should be her first name.
Tyler and James, what you y'all want to share some social medias or information for people to?
Yeah, we're not really on socials.
Just notice the cool ass couple that's on the motherfucking Easy Pod. My name is Eric Lloyd. You know who I am. What the hell goes on in this motherfucker? We are out. We'll see you for the next show. Holla at your boy, goddammit. Yeah, y'all be safe out here, goddammit. And hope you enjoyed the conversation.
Hope I get $5.
$5 or shit. Speaking of which, we made a bet with Tyler, saying that, hey, if we get over thousands of views on TikTok clips, and or over 500 views on this specific show, which I guaranteed both, in a month, I owe this woman $5. Okay, so please hit the like, watch, and subscribe.
Eric.
What's up, my nigga? First off, this is my main man right here, nigga. You should have been a part of the conversation, scary ass nigga. This nigga, I don't want to piss nobody off. Look at that. This nigga trying to stay partial. I feel you, nigga. Hey, we out this bitch. Love y'all.
Love you too.
Hey, yo, hey.